CricketNature by LaMarck Freeman, illustrated by David Freeman. Published by Non Sequitur Press, Champaign, Illinois. In memory of Margaret, who felt it should rhyme. Crickets are crickets about as big as your thumb. They don't talk to people, but don't think they're dumb. May and Splicket Cricket lived in a meadow by the Centerville thicket. Maybe you know that boy crickets chirp. It sounds like a sort of a musical burp. To chirp, they rub their wings together, and they love to chirp, but just can't in cold weather. Girl crickets don't chirp or do anything else that sounds like a burp, but they do feel sorry for the guys when the guys feel blue, when they can't chirp because it's cold too. And in this meadow, it's usually cold. And since this problem was getting unbearably old, some guy crickets called a big meeting. And many guys came, and there was too little seating. After the meeting, Splicket came home and told May he would have to hunt for blankets the next day, or the next 2, or maybe 3 or 4. A day or 2, or maybe 3 or 4, repeated May aghast. So long. You used to go out and find blankets so fast. The best blanket Splicket ever found for the coldest of weather was lost by a boy. A scrap of soft, smooth brushed leather. But the blankets in Centerville, made of any kind of stuff, and this was the problem, was never enough. So crickets stole blankets from one another, sometimes hurting each other, and many times it led to fights. You'd be surprised how often, on very cold nights, a shivering cricket has shamed his mother by ripping a blanket right off his own brother. It's like this, May, Splicket said, as he looked away and lowered his head, so May knew this was no idea of Splicket's. We're going to get blankets from out-of-town meadow crickets, May exclaimed. So this is the deal? You say going to get, but mean going to steal. The crickets want to start a war? Forget it, Mr. Splicket. You're being a bore. But May, began Splicket, about to argue. Don't bug me, May said, her patience through. Anyway, girl crickets had a big meeting too, and we thought of something new to do. Our meadow, dear Splicket, could be heated somehow. And after she said this, she took a great bow. But Splicket didn't believe in things being heated, so he heaved a deep sigh. He got himself seated, and he said, a cricket's a cricket, be he skinny or fat. He must fight for his blankets, and that is that. Splicket continued, facts are facts, and it is a fact. A factually factual fact that fighting for blankets is cricket nature. And you can't change cricket nature. May was patient. She tried to use tact. But patient May's patience was starting to crack. With all of Splickety's yakety yak about the cricket natures being a fact? What's a fact? Asked May without a clue. A fact is something that's hopelessly true, Splicket explained. And it's true, no matter whatever you do. May smiled. But then till we have done all we can do, we can't know something's truly true. No matter whatever we do. But cricket's nature's a fact, Splicket screamed. It was all he could do. Maybe, May ventured. Cricket's nature is a fact today. But if things were different, might we act a different way? But heating the meadow might not work, Splicket cried. That's right, replied May. It's never been tried. May declared, we'll leave cricket nature on its own little shelf. We'll change the meadow and let cricket nature take care of itself. So May took control, First, they found a roll of aluminum foil. They unrolled it, sinusoid up into a cone. Splicket helped. No cricket could do this alone. They put the cone snug over a black can. To make keep like this, you use black if you can. Then they centered the can on a piece of thin black wood. Now, said May, this piece of wood should heat up from all the moonlight and starlight tonight. Let's hope you're happy, and I'm right. Stand on this beautiful wood, and before too long, you shall feel good. They pointed the cone to the moon, but nothing got hot. So pretty soon, Splicket said that you can't change cricket nature. You can't change cricket nature. May said nothing, her disappointment deep, as they headed for home to get some sleep. But the next day, May moved down the cone and opened it up. And when the sun shone, some fun was begun. Because, you see, as factually factual as factually can be, the air really did warm up, and so did the wood for their feet. And all the crickets, and Splicket too, came up to catch its heat. And all the crickets, Splicket too, said it was really, really neat. Now, the little crickets get warm enough from the sun to chirp sometimes even at night when the sunlight is done. Splicket had thought that stinging blankets was forever, and never, never, ever to disappear ever. But stinging blankets became, and it became really fast, just another unchirping thing of a less chirpful past. And now, you can't change cricket nature, by the way. There's nothing Splicket and his friends ever say anymore. Happy, happy, happy at their sun-heated heaters chirping away. CricketNature by Freeman, illustrated by David Freeman.